So this is a Bailey Pegasus 514. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Now, if you've had a caravan before, you'll know how the hitch, handbrake and jockey wheel works. On the front of the van there, you've also got your ATC light. That will illuminate green when the car is connected, or caravan and car are connected. That is if you've got the right connection on your car. If you haven't got a 12 volt supply going into the 13 pin plug, then the ATC will not operate. Front locker, gas bottle with the gas pipe work going up to the bottom, and your gas valve on top to turn the gas supply on. Also in the front locker is a leg winder as well for you. Down the side of the van, you've got a storage locker at the front here, which is open up, so you've got storage. In here you've got a water tank that you can fill up to have an onboard water supply. However, to be quite honest, they're not worth using. We'll show you how it works once you go inside the van, but personally, don't bother using it. Below that, you've got the wind down legs on either side of the front to stabilise the caravan while it is on site. Next up, you've got your heating and hot water flue. You need to remove this cover prior to using the heating and hot water system, the same as you would have done with the previous van. You've then got your water pump connection. Push your water pump in and make sure it's fully submerged in the aqua prior to turning the water pump on. Motor mover, we'll demonstrate this to you here on site and we'll take you through the operations of that while you're here. And if not, I'll send you over another video so you've got a copy of how that works. Back of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. You put 3.5 litres of water in here prior to using the toilet system, and you'll put a cap full of pink fluid in there as well. Then in the bottom, you need to put 1 litre of water in the toilet waste cassette and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Now, I know you've caravan before, so I know you know how that operates and what you need to do with it. Back of the van, you've got your 2 wind down legs again, just to stabilise the caravan while it is on site. Going down the door side of the caravan, you've got your battery locker with your mains power lead coming in the side of the van, and also behind there you've got your motor mover power switch. And then coming to the front of the caravan, you've got a barbecue gas point and another storage locker like you've got on the other side of the van. And down below you've got your wind down leg again. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. As you come into the caravan, on the left hand side, you've got your main light. Oh, sorry, let me just let that clear up. You've got your master power switch just here at the bottom, so power off, power on. You've got your internal lighting. You also then got your awning light for the outside of the caravan, and you've got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment. And at the top here, you've got a voltmeter for the battery on board the caravan. First thing we're always going to advise you do is fill the water system up. So we're going to go to the tap. We're going to do it on one tap for now, just so you can see how it works. Obviously, I haven't got an aqua connected, but there is water in the system. So you spin the tap round over the sink, open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. So here on the hot side. And then with your aqua roll connected on the outside, you can come underneath the seat on the far right hand side of the van. And you just need to put this yellow valve so it's flat with the floor. And then once that's flat with the floor, you can fill the system up. If that valve is upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the system onto the floor underneath the van. The blue valve you see on the right hand side, if you pulled that blue valve towards us, you'd actually be able to use that onboard water tank that we was talking about on the outside. Personally, like I said, I wouldn't particularly use it. Not the greatest system in the world. However, the rest of the heating hot water system is absolutely fantastic. So, with your pump connected on the outside, press your water pump switch and the water system will start running. Now once that system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, and when you have, you can shut all the taps back off, and then you can start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. So that is your water system full at that point, and you're ready to start heating the water. So just above where your water tank is, on the right hand side of the van at the front, you'll actually find you've got 2 switches for your water heating. You've got mains power on for the water heater on electric. So if you connect to mains, you need to have this switch on, and that will start warming the water up on the electric water heater. If you want to warm the water on gas, you need to make sure that cover on the outside of the van is removed. And then what you can do is you can simply spin this dial here to the flame symbol. Green light will come on. The green light is essentially a pilot light. If the gas is turned on, it will stay green. If it fails to ignite, it'll actually bring up a red light, as it has just in there on cue. And what you can do is, if it is ignited on gas, you can spin the dial between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature, and that will control the water temperature on the gas side of things. If you want to isolate the gas to it, spin the dial back to the off position, and it will turn the gas supply back off to the water heater. Next up, we have your room heater on electric. So this switch here at the bottom is your master power switch for the room heating. Off and on, so with the switch down, you can use the heater. Just going to show you what it does when this heater's turned off, or the heat switch turned off. You get a green light up here that then goes off. As soon as I turn this on, the green light appears, and that is your electric water heating. You can run it on 500, 1000 or 2000 watts of power, depending on what caravan site you're on. The only way you know that is by asking the site office when you arrive on your holiday. When you're done with the heating, what you can do is you can spin it back to the off position and it'll isolate the power to the heating. But like I said, you can control it between 1 and 9 on the power level setting for the heater. The higher you go, obviously, the hotter the heating will be. If you want to use the heating on gas, you can also do that. So you have the cover on the outside of the van removed. You spin this dial here, round to between 10 and 9. Hold down the gas valve, and once it's ignited on gas, you'll have a flame in this window down the front of the heater. Once it has ignited, you'll continue to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds. Slowly release the valve and you'll be able to control the temperature on the dial on top between 1 and 10. Obviously again, the higher you go, the hotter the heating will be. Next up we have the Truma blown air system. So once you've got the heating on, you can either have the heat coming out the front of the heater on this dot in the centre here. You can have the continuous blown air fan on with the wave symbol on the left hand side, and you can actually control the fan speed on the dial on top. And if you're on the A on the right hand side, that is your automatic blown air, and essentially what that will do is it will allow the heating to be the blown air fan to be controlled by the thermostat on board the heating system. Next up we're going to go to the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. So you've got 3 options: mains power, 12 volt power, or gas power. So we're going to select the 240 volt mode to start with, and then we can control the temperature on this dial on the right hand side. Obviously the thicker the line is, and if that's pointing to that side, the little pointer there, it means that is on the coldest setting. The thinner the line is, the less cold the fridge will be. 12 volts for when you're towing down the road. So like I said with the ATC, if you have the correct connection on the back of your car and it is wired up correctly, and you have a 12 volt supply coming to the caravan, you can actually use the fridge as a cool box while you're travelling. The temperature control won't do anything at this point due to the fact that it doesn't get that cold. It is just there as a chill, or a cool box should I say. Next up we have the gas option. You've got the option to run gas, so you can spin the dial to the bottom, press in the temperature control and hit the igniter at the same time. Once the fridge is ignited on gas, this little red line in this window on the right hand side will come round into the green, and once that red line is in the green, you'll continue to hold in the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, a bit like the heater over there, and then you'll slowly release the valve, or you might need to, sorry, on this one it's a pull out one, so you have to pull out the valve so the igniter, so then it stays ignited. Again, you can control the fridge temperature on this dial on the right hand side when the fridge is turned on. Coming into the bathroom now, and the last thing we go through on this particular caravan, electric flush on the toilet up top here. Allows the toilet system to flush. Red light, it will illuminate here when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself actually turns to be convenience, as you can see. However, when you are removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, the toilet does need to be pointing in the straight on position. And then below the toilet, you have the grey waste handle, which you need to push into the open position to allow the waste into the cassette underneath the caravan. And when you're not using the toilet, you'll have it in the central position. And again, you would need to have this in this central position to allow the toilet waste cassette to be removed from underneath the van. So that's the Bailey Pegasus 514. Do apologise about the rain and some of the noise in the background today. But if you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site again soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.